Assumptions. Assumptions are massive. Much of what we do in life, our behaviour, our actions, emerges from our assumptions about how things are. And we hold these assumptions outside of consciousness. Most of the time they don't come into consciousness at all. Now the question comes up, if our fate, our destiny, logical fate, as Alfred Korzybski put it, is shaped by our assumptions, when is it time to run with the assumptions that we hold? And when is it time to question our assumptions? Now, I've just been having a discussion on Facebook with somebody, and they were suggesting that critical thinking was really nothing more than just a form of rationalisation. And what I pointed out in return was that I didn't think that was so. That I think critical thinking and rationalisation are completely opposite types of thinking, in that critical thinking is all about questioning assumptions, whereas rationalisation is all about creatively supporting assumptions. Now, what most of us do unconsciously is we work quite hard to maintain our current view of the world, and we continue to do this even when it's not serving us anymore, even when the behaviours, the results, the logical fate that emerges from those assumptions runs counter the kind of life we want to lead. But we don't stop and we don't question our assumptions. In fact, the only assumptions we ever seem to question, the only time we bring our critical thinking to bear, is upon the assumptions that other people offer us, or the perspectives that other people offer us that may help us shift our positions. So most of us are very, very good at maintaining our current assumptions by rationalising around our current assumption sets and using our critical thinking only upon new ideas that are introduced. Now, that's a great way to keep your reality stable, to keep things as they are in your life. But if you want to start changing things around, if you want to have different kind of experience in your life, you are going to need to change your underlying assumptions. And when it's time to change your underlying assumptions, you want to use that critical thinking, bring it back to bear upon your own assumptions. And maybe flip it round and use your rationalizations, your creative thinking, so to speak, to take on board new ideas and play with those and experiment with them. So when is it time to do it? Well, very simply, when your assumptions, your unconsciously held assumptions, are moving you forward in life. They're leading to behaviours, actions, activities, ways of being in the world that are supporting more fulfillment, more prosperity, or whatever it is that you want to have more of. When your assumptions are supporting that, run with them, work with them, use them, utilise them, enable them, allow them to assist you and support you, because that's what they're for. But when they stop working for you, when they're not working out for you anymore, then it's time. It's time to bring that critical thinking to bear upon those assumptions and question them, test them, pull them apart, see if they really stand up. Of course, most of the time they don't. Now, when you do this, make sure you're doing it for real. Make sure you're staying inside of critical thinking and not flipping over into rationalization, because that can so easily happen. I've spoken before about the truth trap. This is when the truth trap becomes dangerous, when instead of questioning your assumptions, you attempt to rationalize them as truth. Okay, so very different types of thinking. So bear that in mind. It's a short video. It's about questioning your assumptions, the need to question your assumptions, when that helps you out, and what kind of thinking you need to bring to bear upon your assumptions in order to be able to effectively question them and re-explore them.